Every season in the NBA, several young players blossom into all-stars. One of the top breakout players so far this season has been Alperen Sengun of the Houston Rockets. This was supposed to be another forgettable season for Houston, yet they're 6-3 and a top 4 seed in the West, and Sengun has no doubt been their best player. Through 9 games, he's averaging 19 points, 8 boards, and 6 assists on 60% shooting from the field. Not only is he putting up big numbers, but he's also outplayed some of the elite centers in the NBA. He outscored 3-time All-Star Domantas Sabonis not once, but twice as the Rockets blew out the Kings in both games. He also went up against the 2-time MVP and NBA champion Nikola Jokic, a player Sengun grew up idolizing, and as Drake says, this is around the time when your idols become your rivals. In that matchup, Sengun dropped 23 points, 8 boards, 5 assists, and ended the night with the win. Sengun is absolutely thriving in his third year, and at this pace, there's no reason he shouldn't make the first All-Star team of his career. So in this video, we're going to deep dive into the film to figure out what makes Sengun such an excellent player. A big reason Sengun is breaking out is thanks to the addition of Fred VanVleet. VanVleet is a much better fit with Sengun at the starting point guard position over Kevin Porter Jr. because he's more unselfish and a much better passer. The Rockets have generated great shots all season, running the high pick and roll with VanVleet and Sengun. Fred VanVleet is a respectable pull-up shooter, so defenses have to focus on him, which allows him to set up Sengun on the roll. And Sengun is one of the deadliest pick-and-roll big men in the league, despite not necessarily being a high flyer. He ranks number 1 in the NBA in points per game out of pick-and-rolls, and he's scoring at a super efficient 64% shooting percentage as the roll man. And because of his versatile skill set, he can score in a variety of ways after receiving the pass. For starters, Sengun is a great pick and pop threat. He's absolutely money when shooting from around 15 feet, and oftentimes he shoots these off one leg while leaning back. Alperen has also shot some pick and pop threes, and while he has hit the occasional three-pointer, he's only shooting these at 25%. So for the most part, defenses aren't really coming out to Sengun when he's firing from deep. If he can increase that 3-point percentage up to at least league average, defenders will have to respect his outside shot, which will open up his game even more. He's also got a really nice push shot from 5 to 9 feet. Few big men in the league take these, but Sengun makes them in at a high percentage. He's also a great finisher on the roll. Sengun embraces physicality. He's big and strong and will throw his body around to dislodge the defender, allowing him to get his shot off. On this pick and roll, Sengun lowers his shoulder into Nikola Jokic and gets the bucket and one. And while he's not a great leaper, he's athletic enough to make plays above the rim. On this high pick and roll, Zach Collins is going to regret jumping with Sengun because he gets baptized. Because Sengun is such a deadly roll man, this causes defenses to collapse, and he's unselfish and will find the open man. On this pick and roll, notice how Reggie Jackson has left Jeff Green to help out on Sengun. He finds Jeff Green open for 3 in the corner, and Green drains it. Again, on the high pick and roll, Sengun catches it. He notices that Jae'Sean Tate's man has completely sagged off of him. He makes the right read, and Jae'Sean Tate drains the corner 3. This time it's Jalen Green who runs the pick and roll with Sengun. After catching it, this is a beautiful no-look pass to the cutting Jabari Smith. Sengun has quickly become one of the best passing centers in the league. Even the almost assists are beautiful. After catching the ball in the post, he passes it behind his head, and this would have been an assist, but Green blows the layup. On this pick and pop, Jeff Green notices that his man is ball watching and cuts to the basket, and this time he capitalizes on the Sengun dime. Along with finding the open shooters and cutters, Sengun is great at recognizing when his teammate has a mismatch and feeding them the ball. On this play, Jae'Sean Tate has a small guard on him. Sengun feeds him the rock from the top of the key. He makes a power dribble and then a strong finish. This time it's Jeff Green that wants to exploit a mismatch. Sengun gives him the entry pass from the wing, then Green just goes straight up and finishes. And it's not just his playmaking that's elite. Sengun is one of the top post scorers in the NBA. On the season, Sengun is shooting an insane 71% on his post-ups, which is the 4th highest shooting percentage amongst post-up players in the league. His strength allows him to back down defenders for good inside position, and he's got a really good hook shot that he can shoot with either hand. He's got phenomenal touch around the basket. He's also got really good footwork down low, often getting defenders to leave their feet with the up and under for a nice finish at the rim. He's one of the toughest covers in the league down low. Sengun also has a really nice handle for a player his size. Not only can he put the ball on the deck, but he can put together dribble moves to get by defenders. On this ISO against Domantas Sabonis, Sengun beats him with the left to right crossover, then gives him the body for the strong finish at the rim. On this pick and roll of Van Vliet, Sengun catches it at the top of the key, uses the nice up fake and the behind the back crossover for the strong dunk. There's very few big men in the league that can pull that off. Not only has Sengun become elite offensively, but he's also improved on a defensive end. But he is still limited. He doesn't offer much value as a rim protector. On the season, he's averaging under a block a game. He does step up to provide help, but his limited length and jumping ability often prevents him from stopping driving players from scoring. But while he isn't a shot blocker, he still impacts the game defensively by getting in the passing lanes and getting deflections and steals. He's averaging nearly 3 deflections per game, which ranks 3rd in the NBA amongst centers. Watch on this play, Brandon Ingram drives to the basket. He tries to get it to the open shooter, but great hands by Sengun to deflect this out of bounds, potentially saving Houston a bucket. On this play, the Rockets double team Harrison Barnes in the post. He kicks it to the perimeter. Murray wants to get it to Sabonis, but Sengun steals it. He passes it ahead on the fast break and gets rewarded for his effort, getting it back and getting fouled. Here's another great defensive effort by Sengun. He nearly steals the ball from Larry Nance Jr. here, and even though Dyson Dales recovers it, he doesn't give up and gets back into play. He deflects this pass from Zion Williamson, which creates a turnover. Along with getting steals and deflections, Sengun helps the Rockets to secure stops by helping out on the glass. Yes, he's only averaging 8 rebounds per game, but he boxes out, allowing his teammates to get the rebound. On the season, he ranks 2nd in the NBA in box outs per game, only behind Mitchell Robinson. I also found his post defense to be impressive. He showed this against Denver when he went up against Jokic. The Joker is as tough a cover as they come, and in that matchup, Sengun guarded him pretty well. Jokic did drop 36 points, but when matched up with Sengun, he was held to 15 points on 7 of 17 shooting. Against most opposing centers, Jokic has his way, but Sengun was able to absorb the bumps and prevent him from getting easy looks close to the basket, and the shots that Jokic didn't make in were well defended. So while Sengun is very limited as a rim protector, he still plays with effort and finds multiple ways to contribute on a defensive end. Overall, I would say he's a solid defender, and he may not ever be an elite defensive anchor, but the Rockets don't need him to be. The front office did a great job of surrounding Sengun with excellent perimeter defenders, which has helped Houston to go from one of the worst defensive teams last year to a top 10 defensive team this season. Summing things up, Sengun is blossoming for the Houston Rockets at the perfect time. He's an amazingly gifted offensive player while also improving on a defensive end. And at just 21 years old, he's only scratching the surface of his potential. If Sengun continues to get better and the Rockets run their offense through him even more, then he can become a player that not only makes multiple all-star teams in his career, but also achieves superstardom. But what do you think of how Sengun has played this season? Will he make the all-star team? Let me see your thoughts down below in the comment section. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more awesome content just like it, please drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching and have an amazing rest of your day.